What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, a YBY1 VOD review. YBY1 is sitting at, I believe, rank 3 NA and rank 3 Vietnam at the same time, which is still insanely impressive. Not quite as impressive as when he was rank 1 in two of the biggest regions, two of the strongest regions at the same time in NA and Vietnam, but still, rank 3 and rank 3, very, very good. And today, he played a comp that I want to talk about. This is something that YY1 has been playing a decent bit in a way that other people are not really interested in playing. And he also found kind of like a new condition for this comp that I would say that really, really makes it very, very strong. So let's see. Also, YBO1, can we please stop doing this weird little like flickered scout thing? Like what are we doing here? Like I know Faker does it in League of Legends and it's really, really impressive. But when we're doing the VOD review, can we not have that going? All right. Okay. So we start off here with a Trundle 2. Ooh, a lot of stuff here actually to look at units wise here, because we pick up a Camille here. We have basically like an Edge of Night components here. If we want to make something else, we could potentially. We pick up the Camille here, and then immediately he's interested in holding on to the Straven and the Nocturne, interestingly enough, because we did have to sell some solid units for this, right? We had to sell up the Vex pair here. It was really, really nice in that kind of like AP opener, playing around Rebel into either like Rebel late game or into like Black Rose late game. But the idea is that we have Sword, we have Chain. We're much more likely to be angling something AD, either the Camille or the Nocturne. He keeps the Nocturne open, which is already a line that I think a lot of people are not that interested in, is playing around potentially this like Nocturne Quick Strikers type comp. It's just not something I think a ton of people are that interested in. Triple augments here, as there always are when you get to augment selection. You get to pick from 3. We have Crown Guarded, Inspiring Epitaph, and no Scout, no Pivot. I think Inspiring Epitaph is just like the generically decent option here. We're going to be playing around a lot of melee carries potentially this game, and that's really, really solid for us. No Scout, no Pivot. I believe most people rate it quite poorly. Let's do we can't do a stats check, but we can do a Dish Soap Augments tier list. Jack, where does he have no Scout, no Pivot? In B tier, so like quite mediocre, one tier above the worst tier. So yeah, in Dish Soap's opinion, at least, no Scout, no Pivot, not amazing, which kind of tracks with how I was thinking about it, but okay. We have the Epitaph here. The upside to no Scout, no Pivot, we get this cool scrap augment here. We don't have a third scrap. I mean, the big thing is you want this when you potentially have like a early 4 scrap, but you know, quite hard to get to that early game. But you know, the more scrap components you can transform, the better with this augment. But I mean, YUI1, you know, he plays by nobody's rules but his own. He's going to take no Scout, no Pivot here, and he's actually going to go full commit to Nocturne in this spot. Now, it must be, yeah, he saw that person with Prowler's Claw plus Starax and said, okay, that person is going to have to play Camille from their spot. It's too disgusting to not play Camille. Prowler's Claw Camille. Just played a game on it on stream last night, and it's just completely unreasonable by any metric. It's just not fair. And so we'll play into the Nocturne. This makes a lot of sense with the fact that we don't want to be obviously contested when we take this augment, because we cannot pivot. We can scout still, but we cannot pivot. And so let's just play around this Nocturne. This is a reroll comp that, like I talked about, YY1 has played around before. One of the first, I think the first VOD review that we did of him this entire set was him playing a Kali reroll with Nocturne, as well as like kind of a supportive unit. And similarly, we are going to be looking at, once again, this Nocturne reroll potentially in Akali as another unit on the board. I really want to see him team plan around out, but you know, normally you're playing stuff like Loris for the Sentinel on this board. You're trying to get Rebel in as well. I'm trying to think of how you get the Enforcer in, because I know there's like a way that you end up fitting Enforcer in, but I guess we'll see what we end up playing. Already YY1 making a commitment to playing a second unit here. This is going to be Rel. I think Rel, yeah, is another one that it's just kind of like you can very, very easily roll for a Sentinel. Yeah, it's usually, I think, oh yeah, it's just TF, right, is the Enforcer. But yeah, it's usually Nocturne. You can get 4 in, you can get 4 Sentinel in with the Rel and the Loris, and then you have the TF in, and usually like Mbessa, and then boom, call it a day. All right, item-wise here, so a lot of choices here. Sword, Chain, Belt open in this spot here. I believe, let's do a statistical analysis here of Mr. Nocturne, because, oh yeah, don't give me, I thought for a second it was giving me basic. But yeah, just give me a Nocturne 3-star here with 3 items, and then I just want to take a peek at his items, because I was pretty surprised when I looked at items on Nocturne 3. earlier. I was looking at this, yeah, the other day, and like Infinity Edge is his best item by far, LWGS, and like all of these options that you would think would be really, really solid, like BT Titans, don't look that good. It's kind of surprising to me, but yeah, like the Bis build here. I mean, this is saying something like a BT Titans QSS looks very, very reasonable. I don't know, these like Infinity Edge builds do surprisingly well, but it also looks very, very niche. Looks like it's built a very, very small portion of the time. But yeah, I don't know exactly why Infinity Edge looks so good on Nocturne. Maybe somebody can tell me the statistical, like, oh well, if you filter for this thing, then you see why it's good. But I can't imagine why it would be that good on him. In any case, I think he picked up Cloak here with the idea of just finishing the BT, making sure that we have some kind of healing onto this Nocturne. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, you want to make something or get near making something, right? We also pick up another Akali. Well, the first Akali here, which is really good. Another unit that we can do no scout, no pivot for, which is good. Just stacking up these stats on these units. The earlier, the better. And yeah, I mean, the fact that we started the game with Nocturne, very, very beneficial. We could look at BT Slam here. It's not going to make a difference in this fight. So good control from YBY1 to say I'm not going to overslam in a spot like this, because I do have one more fight that I would really very much like to lose here. And if I slam BT here and then I fight somebody really, really weak, I'm going to feel like an idiot. So makes sense. He could pay 2 gold here to hold an extra rel if he wants to. I mean, it's 2 gold. It's really a 3 gold rel in this spot. The question is, would you pay 3 gold for a rel in this spot? I think if you're playing in your late game comp, which you are forced to with this augment, then you should. But he is going to try to make sure that he loses this last fight. He is going to lose it. And it almost looks like he's not going to hold on to the rel. Though that's wild to me, because like we have to play rel the entire game. So I would think you would care decently to play for Rel 3, but yeah, I guess he just doesn't care about actually having an extra Rel here. Also, you're gonna have to come back by one, or else we're gonna lose to the Krugs here, unless he's that confident this board doesn't lose to Krugs. It's actually kind of rough because we're no scout, no pivot. So yeah, he's gonna slam VT, slam the belt here, and yeah, he's just gonna slam everything and say, okay, this board's good enough. Yeah, this makes the not holding. I mean, he'll be fine. He has the stats from no scout, no pivot, and he has a BT slam, so he'll be fine here. But it's a little scary for a second there. But okay, we made it. Gonna actually slam the Titans and QSS versus Christ just to make sure we win. I think that was a bit of an overslam actually, but you know, it all works out. Pick up another Nocturne. These items do look fantastic, though. Remember when we were looking at stats? I'm pretty sure this, like literally just when we were looking at builds, this was the most common build, and it was the highest, or the lowest delta by far, the Titans QSS BT. I mean, it makes sense statistically as a build. So yeah, that's going to be the build for his Nocturne here. He kind of just ended up getting perfect items onto the Nocturne. But that's, well, we'll talk a little bit later about what the setup ends up being on Nocturne, because it's interesting. But yeah, play the double Nocturnes here. I've talked about this before, but there is no like double stacking effect for Nocturne. It's not like they're both getting the stacks and then combining, but it still just means that we aren't forced to field units. Like we don't want to field anything that we can't afford to play. All right, it's going to put the Irelia and the set into the board. Interesting. I mean, I guess for mid game potentially. All right. Item wise or augment wise here. So let's look at this again when we get back in there. We have, I mean, yeah, we're never really taking, what is this, Bronze's Life as it's called. And I also don't think the item augment does that much for us, especially because we're triple Nocturne already. You can certainly look at, this is called Artificatory, right? The one that transforms your completed items into extra artifacts. Here, I think we could do another just stats check and look at Nocturne here. And this is where the game kind of starts to come into focus here. So if you go to items, and we can just search by Ornn item, you can see that best ones by far are range extenders, fishbones, and sniper's focus, and rapid fire cannon, and then stuff like Prowler's Claw, trenchcoat. So the idea behind those three being so good on Nocturne, I think it makes a lot of intuitive sense. I don't know that this is, I'm sorry, I got actually stun locked here, because I believe this is not what his ability says. I mean, it does say this, but isn't there also another clause where if he hits one single unit? That's so weird. Can I do like lol chests maybe? Yeah, let's check lol chest units. Champions. Because I feel like there's another effect that's just not being shown there, but or am I losing it? Did they like take that out? Yeah. That's so strange. Unless both of these sites are missing something, but okay. But the idea is that just if you get some kind of range extender, his entire ability is making his auto attack stronger. So you can kind of just play for this really, really strong auto attacking Nocturne. Also, this roll down here makes a ton of sense. We are playing 2-cost roll here. Ooh, gonna get the Amumu in here. And okay, so step one, we don't hit. I wonder if it's trenchcoat. I mean, trenchcoat is just such a broken one, especially when you can combine it with other things. And the question, ooh, okay, so that's going to go into the Nocturne for now. The question is, Wow, wait, why am I what's gonna reroll all of these? I mean, they give him the potential to find really, really insane stuff. Like, I think he's really digging for these range extenders. And will we hit one? We do. We hit the rapid fire cannon, which is big here. Wait, and the sniper's focus and like mittens for attack speed potentially. He really wants to hit Nocturne too, and he wants to hit everything else that he can play for. But yes, sniper's focus, rapid fire cannon. We are putting the stun one onto TF because he does have a stun card. And then, yeah, I was thinking just in general that this was going to go onto the Akali here. But yeah, I thought for whatever reason, maybe someone can confirm with me in game. I thought if Nocturne ended up like hitting a unit that was on their own, he got some kind of bonus. But maybe I'm just like making that up. Maybe I'm thinking of a different unit or something. In any case, a ton of attack speed is going to be really, really, really good for this Nocturne. Going to take Bow off Carousel here, potentially. I don't know. We'll see what this is actually for. I would think you would want something that's like really good for the trench coat at this point, like start building stuff that's synergized with trench coat. A lot of people building into things like Edge of Night, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. We'll see what I wants to go for here. Maybe just wants this bow to get towards some kind of like Last Whisper or something. This is, oh my god, this is so good for YY1. This is the best case scenario here. He got the portal cash out that gives you all a bunch of components. You got 4 components here, which is just going to transform into 2 Ornn items. This is so like this is the best case scenario here. But yeah, look at this Nocturne go just sitting in the back line. Sadly, our front line's not good enough here, so we are going to end up losing this fight. But you can just see the Nocturne cooking with that damage back there. But yeah, I guess we're just digging for better Akali artifacts. Yeah, we end up hitting some kind of garbage stuff here. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Oh my God, Blighting Jewel. I mean, surely we're not going to Blighting Jewel the Amumu, right? Okay, I mean, he does the little zaps is the idea. It isn't a Mumu 1, but okay, we can live with that. And I mean, this Mumu is just going to have to stay on our board the entire game. Probably not going to be able to find a Mumu 3, but that's okay. But just look at this Nocturne go in the backline and look at all this range that he has, man. 6.4k damage, and that is a Nocturne 2, and that fight was relatively quick. So you can start to see just the power of these artifacts onto Nocturne. The RFC, it's just... yeah, the double range extenders are actually so sick. And then the mittens is just great as well. It's a bunch of attack speed. That's all Nocturne at this point really cares about. He gets his cast off and then just as many autos as he can get in during that 6 seconds. Just exactly what he looks for. All right, double craft here. Gets Mana Zane and the Ascension Gem here. So Mana Zane's going to go over onto the TF. We're going to roll actually pretty deep here. Pick up a lot of upgrades, but nothing sort of like final on this board. No 3 stars. And yeah, the Ascension Gem kind of has to go into the TF here. I think he'd just prefer stuff for Akali pretty soon, but I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we just need something to make our front line last for a little while. I mean, honestly, maybe this Amumu swing will work. I don't know. I can't see how many times he's actually proccing Blighting Jewel, but I mean, he's living for a while, which is, I guess, the biggest part of it. All right, last augment here. This is Powered Shield, right? This is Powered Shields. This is the... oh, is this... this is the Caitlyn... it looks like Caitlyn Ambessa. Is this a... this isn't on PBE, right? Am I losing my mind? Caitlyn and Ambessa one. They haven't added this. Are they on, like, a new patch somehow? Wait, this is crazy to me. I thought this is coming in the new patch. Maybe this is a PBE in-house. I didn't even realize that until just now, but oh, okay, because this is not currently in the patch unless they like stealth added this or something. We could also just go for another artifact. I mean, I tend to not love taking another Ornn artifact in a spot like this, but like other options aren't actually very good. So do you just take this here? I mean, it does give you a lot of control over what you'd potentially get. Yeah, I think it's the best, even though it's not that good generally. All right, I gotta be real with you. I don't know what we're supposed to take here. Like, I mean, I don't... yeah. What do you take here? Tankiness from Spirit Visage? Just for a little bit of extra frontline? Like, I don't think any of these actually have insane synergies here. Just another trench coat, and then we're gonna trench coat Amumu. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, and then you just have a bunch of Amumus who are all like zapping people. Okay. I mean, so Amumu procs every second. So every second we are getting that damage from Blighting Jewel. I mean, honestly, and he does it to adjacent enemies. So honestly, it doesn't sound that bad. The Blighting Jewel and Mumu, it's actually a pretty cool tech. He's also digging for potentially a Mumu 3. If we can get there, we'll feel really good. Wow, this is I feel like very Y1, like really, really aggressive rolling here. Down to only 15 gold. It hurts our economy, but I mean, at the same time, this is the board that we're playing around. Pushing levels, obviously, for Quick Striker is really big, but the most important thing here is 3-starring the units that we've invested so much in with the no scout, no pivot, so it makes sense. We actually get stomped here by this guy's board, who's crazy. Silco 2, Heimerdinger 2. He's got the Coronation as well. That is a horrifying board here. All right, off Carousel here. I mean, Really just looking for gold at this point, yeah. Take the rod on the LeBlanc, but yeah, I mean, just taking a 5 cost here so that we have as much gold as possible. I don't know as far as item slams what he's thinking for last. It kind of looks like he's just going to artifactinate another item at this point, taking for something better for Akali, but okay. 1 off Nocturne 3, so we're going to have to dish something at this point. Boom. Okay, hitting the Nocturne 3 there is huge. This should at least stabilize us enough that we don't have to really roll too far for the next round. Ooh, wait, it's going to be a swap. All right, Horizon Poke is there. Wait, really? Ascension Gem onto the front line in the Akali, and then the DFG going to backline. Okay, this is great. Okay, it looked pretty bad here. Nobody even got close to ascending, and this TF almost would have ascended. Okay, that looked pretty bad, but we'll see. I'm reserving my judgment because it's YBY1. All right, digging for the. Oh, okay. Well, he just took that one. Is that the extra damage for HP loss one? It looks like it, yeah. But this is odd to me. Because I'm pretty sure this one got buffed on PvE. So is this not a PvE? I'm losing my mind. Did they stealth add this one? Okay, why is it translating into Russian? Obviously, that's not what I want. Yeah, 5% damage amp for every 10 HP that you've lost. So he's getting 40% damage amp here. But yeah, I believe this one's buffed on PvE. So this must not be a PvE in-house. Okay, I haven't seen the Maddie Ambessa one, but maybe they just stealth added that one. I actually did not know that because I don't know. Unless there's some kind of weird, like the Vietnamese server is like on some kind of different like middle patch. Maybe they did like a little patch in between that we didn't get on NA. I mean, maybe someone on the Vietnamese server can confirm for me because I don't think we had this augment on NA, but okay. The Nocturne is fully powered up. Powered up is, I guess, what I'm looking for as far as what I want to say here. He has triple items. He is 3-starred. He has the no scout, no pivot across the entire game. We are getting close to Akali 3 here. If we can hit that, maybe she can actually survive. Also, you do have to craft an item here if he wants to artifactinate it here. But yeah, I think okay, finally we decide not to artifactinate, which I think makes sense. Hit the Akali 3 and the Rel 3 there beautifully. And his idea is just gonna go go for Hextech Gunblade, get some kind of healing onto the Akali. I'm a bit surprised actually, like itemization wise. I mean, did we have the option of, let's actually go back and look. Do we have the option of building a like an Edge of Night or something? Because I know people really like Edge of Night with Trenchcoat. I almost felt like he did have the option, but maybe I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. No, he didn't. Okay. So he just wanted the Gunblade to get some healing. Didn't have the option to go for Edge of Night, which I feel like is one of the better options just because it makes it so that the clones are really, really tough to kill. Oh, but he is actually, okay, so he actually did want to artifactinate this. I think he was just a little bit slow there because, yeah, he is going to turn this into an artifact here. Okay. I mean, I think it makes some amount of sense. You can take any tank one, put it onto a Mumu. If you get some kind of like carry type one, you can put it onto Akali. If you get something like, if you get like another range extender one, you could just move Mittens over to Akali and live with it. We're gonna level up at this point. Really, oh my god, random TF3 is huge, though we do have to play 6 out of 7 here, but I mean, I think you're happy with the fact that you have TF3. You can't be mad. But I mean, we're really digging for Ambessa right now, right? We really would like to pick up an Ambessa here. This is actually kind of funny though, and I think this is why YB1's so tilted there, is he can't actually field any of these units. Like if he gets a random unit that's not an Ambessa, he can't field it until he oh my god, actually he lucked out. Because he would have to play 6 out of 7 for the rest of the stage because he has no scout, no pivot. And like until he finds Ambessa. But luckily we did pick him Ambessa here. We get the 4 quick striker in. 20 HP, by the way. This spell looks so scary, but we have hit the entire board. That is the big thing. The Amumu here reducing the MR. It honestly doesn't look that bad, especially when he splits into the 3 and then all of those as they live are reducing MR. Like it's actually a pretty cool combo. Wow, he's really happy. I don't know about what, but that was he's losing his mind here. All right, next one is either like an Amumu item or why is he hovering this IE? Is he gonna move IE over to Nocturne? Remember, when we were looking at the statistics, IE was like one of the best, like the best item on Nocturne. So is the idea that we could like move one of these items off of it? Yeah, move Mittens off and then put IE there and just throw Mittens onto a Mumu for the DR? I mean, it looks kind of hilarious, but I'm actually super down to see how this goes because like this is the perfect spot for IE, right? I wonder actually. Let me do a quick stats check here on this. Because I wonder if this explains everything. If you go Nocturne here and you go to items and you say Nocturne 3, right? IE looks like the best item by far. If you filter out rapid fire cannon, what happens to IE? It gets a little bit worse. If you filter out sniper's focus, and you filter out fish bones, Does IE get significantly worse? I mean, it's still really good, but it went from minus 0.4 to like, much like minus 0.2. And also Titans and BT got way better when you filtered these three out. So I think this accounts for a lot of the statistical like reason why IE is so good, is that probably like also conversely, if you do like rapid fire cannon and you say user Nocturne, I wonder how this changes. Oh my god. Yeah, the delta on IE is blindingly good. And also sniper's focus. I mean, this is probably Bis Nocturne, okay? There's no stats on it, but this is probably like Turbo Bis. Okay, maybe Fishbones is better just because you go for the triple range extender. But in the absence of Fishbones as a third item, this is Bis Nocturne. I would like super Turbo Bis Nocturne. And it makes sense. Look at him go. Just look at how much damage he does to that Violet. Like that was a Violet that just got absolutely destroyed. It wasn't even close. Hold on to the Jinx for now for whatever reason. Not sure why. I don't know that this is gonna come onto the board. I mean, I think this is going to be our board for this foreseeable future. Not like we can really cut anything, so all we can do at this point is add units. And what would you even add onto this board? You could add a random Watcher that's not going to do much, random Visionary that's not going to do much. Yeah, I don't know what you could even add to this board that would do all that much, but okay, maybe just random 5 cost. Dude, he's losing his mind, and I mean, it makes sense. He dropped down to 20 HP. This game is looking so doomed, and then just destroying the lobby with his super Nocturne. I mean, he's just a monster every fight. 17,000 damage the last one. I mean, it's just, I don't actually see how you beat this, especially with the no scout, no pivot, which once again is really regarded as not that good of an augment, but YBY1 found such a good spot for it. I feel like he constantly does this, finds these really insane spots. I probably would second guess this play. I know it's YBY1, so you can't second guess it, but I would think that you would actually probably just prefer to take like a Last Whisper there and guarantee that you have some armor shred here. We have no armor shred onto our board. You throw it onto Mbessa and she can actually just proc it for Nocturne if you put her same side. But okay, goes for another artifact. Gets the double Wit's End on this Akali, which honestly, she's kind of doing work with it. And then the Nocturne just cleans it up every fight, 12k damage. And that was such a fast fight as well. Like, we're never even getting close to procking this Ascendancy gem, which is hilarious. But I mean, it makes sense. All right, looking at potentially getting a Watcher onto this board. Oh man, are we really going to be locked in to having a Scar on our board for all time? He's actually looking at maybe just like the fast 9 here. I mean, it's a pretty slow 9 because it's already stage 6, but maybe the eventual level 9 here. Yeah, he's... I mean, you can't sell anything, sadly. That is how your augment works, but I mean, it's worked out pretty well for you. I don't think you can be too upset, YBY. All right, this is the board that we lost to last time just because we lacked the front line, and our front line did get blown up for a while, but oh... The Akali bought so much time. The TF actually somehow ended up in the front and bought a ton of time as well. I mean, this actually went perfectly for him. We made it there completely. And yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like he's looking at 4 Automata as the final end, which it's a bit ass, I would say. I don't really think that, 4 Automata really does that much for Nocturne, but I guess at the same time, he is getting a lot of instances of damage in here. So maybe it's not too bad. All right. Nocturne popping off here. The Trenchcoat Akali. Trenchcoat is such a broken artifact, man. They gotta do something about that. Last potential item here could go for something like a Morello's onto the Rumble with the rod open is what I would be looking at personally. But I think YB1 is kind of losing it at this point. He's like, my spot's good enough. I can troll a bit. It's gonna level for the... Yeah, it looks like he's artifacting this as well. Like, you could just Morello any solid unit here. I'd love to put it onto the Twisted Fate, but we can't really move it. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. I think it's like the cold. It's like my house is really warm, but I was in like the cold earlier today, and I think it's a heat diff. I swear I don't do any kind of things that would cause you to do that. I'm like the most straight edge person of all time. Just like this Nocturne's just bolts are going straight to the enemy team and destroying them. He is such a beast here. All right, let's get the level up here if we want it. Oh, actually, that's really good. Another Arel here. Actually, he's gonna opt to not level this round because why level early? We'd rather actually level later and potentially get a Malzahar in, because if you level here, you're forced to play the Kog'Maw forever. If you can level and hit a Malzahar on the roll down on level 9 at 7-1, that feels a lot better. But yeah, I mean, these are such cap boards. Once again, it's stage 7. How long are we into this VOD review? Show me, OBS. What are we at here? We're at a 24-minute VOD, and the game is still going. There's still 3 people alive. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. You're in it for the long haul. I appreciate you guys staying for so long. All right. We got probably one more fight, maybe two more fights, depending on how many clones exist here. He is going to artifactinate the last one, gets loons here, which seems horrible. I'm going to roll down here, mostly just looking for the Malz if he can pick it up. Boom, there is the Malzahals. Feels so good with the Visionary in here as well. Going to move the, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense. Smart stuff. Going to move all of these items actually over to the Malzahar here. I mean, it looks really good here, and then move the rest over to the Rel. Yeah, beautiful, actually. Itemization from YY1. Even though he's in a just easy win spot, he still manages to cap out his board nicely, does the cleanest thing ever, and that is going to be a dub for YBY1. I don't know, such a cool board, such a cool usage of the artifacts and the augment, you know, just one that not that many people are interested in. So I thought this was a really fun game and a really cool one to show off the power of these artifacts onto Nocturne. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check my Twitch, all my other links down below. Thank you guys as always for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.